What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another Gran Turismo 6 race car build. Today's vehicle is the Lotus Carlton. So I wanted a British car for today's race car build, because we've had two Japanese and an American and a German car. So I thought, you know, let's get a British car. Next time I reckon we'll probably do an Italian car. I just want to, you know, try and get the countries different, you know, mix it up a little bit. See what we got. So the Lotus Carlton, fastest four-door saloon car in 1989, I believe. This is the 1990 model. I get a big slide around one of the mid corners into Tsukuba. But yeah, this is a pretty awesome car. Now this has a lot of speed, as you may be able to see down the back straight here at Tsukuba. This car is fast in a straight line. It is very fast in a straight line indeed. This thing has 603 brake horsepower, which is quite a lot for a car that only has 550 pp. That is quite a lot of power. I mean, that's more power than some supercars these days, which is, you know, pretty crazy. Over 600 brake horsepower in a four-door saloon car from the late 80s, early 90s. Pretty crazy thing to think about, really. Weighs 1,325 kilos, so it is the heaviest car we have had here. Not by much. I mean, it's only like 13, 14 kilos more than the BMW, which is currently the top of our list, and that only has 522 brake horsepower. So the power to weight ratio with the Lotus should be a little bit better than it is with the BMW. The only problem is, how good is it around the corners? Well, as you can see on the straights here, it dominates. It's going up to the 140 mile/hour mark down the straights. I can't really remember what other cars were doing down the back straight, but this one was doing, I believe, 137 miles an hour before I went to brake, which is quite a lot. I would say the other ones were only maybe getting up to 130 almost. So I think this is going at least 10 miles an hour faster than the other cars down the straight. It's just the power. 603 brake horsepower is a hell of a lot of power. In a car this relatively light. However, through the corners it isn't amazing. It is a little bit slow through the corners. You can get little slides, also very big slides, when coming out of corners as well. It doesn't really waste you too much time, and it is pretty fun. Fairly controllable when sliding, actually, this car. I think this would make a pretty good drift car, to be honest, but sadly for some reason I can make drift cars in GT5, but I can't in GT6, so I don't know what that's about. I think, yeah, I think it's around here. Do I get a big slide around here? No, it must be the next lap. Oh no, it is this lap. I get a very big slide around the final corner, which was, but once again, it's a very controllable slide, which is, it's nice. It's nice to have a nice controllable car that you can still have a hell of a lot of fun with. Yeah, around corners quite slow. It feels really slow around the corners. I don't know why. I mean, it's rear-wheel drive like all the other cars have been so far. It's not that heavy. I mean, 1,300 kilos. It's a bit, but it's not like a hell of a lot. It's not crazy amounts of weight. And you're not really using that much power around the corners. You can easily, you know, just mess around with your buttons and get your power right. But yeah, I don't know why it's like that around the corners. Also, into braking, it is a little bit bad. As you can see, you can probably see quite a bit of tire smoke just under braking. I'm not sliding; the wheels just seem to they lock up under braking, which is a bit of a pain. So that does lose you a little bit of time. You have to brake a little bit early because the brakes aren't fantastic, and the wheels just like to lock up, which isn't amazing. So you lose time in braking, and then you lose time around the corners. Basically, where this car makes all of its time up is on the straights. But saying that though, I mean, I'm pretty sure faster in a straight line than the Mustang we had out last time. But it's better through the corners than the Mustang. The Mustang was absolutely atrocious around the corners. This isn't amazing. It's probably out of the 5 cars we've had, it's probably the 4th worst around corners. Oh no, the 4th best. Yeah, sure. Second worst around corners. I'm getting my words mixed up. But yeah, it's not terrible. And yeah, it's just a fun car. It is a really fun car to drive around, and I really had fun driving it. So let's have a look at the leaderboard. It goes into 3rd place, which I'm a bit surprised about. I did expect it to go a little bit faster, but it's obviously, you do lose a hell of a lot of time around the corners and into braking. It's not very good under braking, and it is very slow around the corners. All the time in this car is made up in between corners and on the back straight, because on that back straight you just fly. I mean, even acceleration in this car is pretty damn amazing. You can just fly out of the corners, providing you don't have a giant slide. Anyway guys, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please go ahead, like and subscribe. Comment what other cars you want to see me do a race car build on for GT6. I'll see you guys in the next video.